Hey, Mark Dittmer, American Indian Public High School, and I'm doing this video on section 11.2, which has to do with arithmetic sequences in series. Arithmetic sequences means you need to find a rule for them, and arithmetic series means you need to add them all up. And we talked in previous videos about what these series looked like, and we gave some examples of what a series is. And we said an arithmetic sequence is one with a common difference, where the number you're between each number, the thing that gets added is the same. Here it's 10, here it's negative 20, here it's 1, here it's negative 1.5. So we call the common difference of an arithmetic sequence D, and that helps us. Okay, so a common type of problem you're going to see, before I get to page 64, number 57, why don't I get into something a little smaller. Let's say I'm asking you the sum of the first 20 terms. This is actually number 45 in your book. Find the sum of the first 20 terms of the sequence 3 plus 8 plus 13 plus 18 dot 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 plus dot dot dot. Well, it turns out that to find the first 20 terms, yeah, you could list them out. I know you guys know the next term is 23 and 28 and so on, and you could find the 20th term soon enough. But eventually you're going to get questions that's asking for the first 100 terms, and you're not going to want to list out the first 100 terms. You're going to want a formula. You're going to want a shortcut. So the shortcut requires, though, two formulas. Although they're both easy to understand, and so not so hard, not a big deal to memorize. But they only work for arithmetic. The first formula is, well, before you can come up with a sum, you need to know what the last term is. So if I'm looking at the first 20 terms, my last term is the 20th term. So 3 plus 8 plus 13 plus 18, what's the last term, the 20th term of this? Okay, well, to find that, you're going to go, the formula to find the 20th, not the 20th term, because it's going to work for any amount of terms. The nth term is you start with the first term, and then you add d exactly a certain amount of times. Well, let me see if you can guess it. So if I wanted to find the second, okay, in this sequence here, 3, 9, 15, 21, d is what? 6. So how many times? So if I want to find the third term, I start with the first term and I add 6 twice. So if I want to find the third term, I add d twice. If I want to find the fourth term, I add d 3 times. If I want to find the fifth term, I add d 4 times. And if I want to find the nth term, I add d n minus 1 times. So that's my formula for finding the nth term of an arithmetic sequence. And using that back on this problem, in this case, d is 5, so I'm going to add d. N is 20. And so I'm going to find the 20th term, I'm going to start with 3 and add 5 n minus 1 times. So that leads me to 3. So 98 is my 20th term. And so that's going to, and I need to know that to find the sum of the whole sequence. Let me show you why. So what I've done is I've sort of listed the sequence out. So it starts with 3, 8, 13. We have some dot, dot, dots in the middle. And then we've got 88, 93. 98 is the last term. Well, if you add the first term and the last term, you get 3 plus 98, that's 101, right? So this this plus this is 101. Well, what's also 101? Well, 8 plus 93 is 101, and 13 plus 88 is 101. So every arithmetic sequence, the first term plus the last term can be found to repeat itself. And the amount of times it repeats itself is not quite n times. If you think about it, let's say we've got 20 numbers in this series. Well, 20 numbers means 10 pairs of numbers. So in this case, my answer is going to be 101 times 10, or 1010 is my answer. But generally, my formula that I want to use is going to be the sum of n terms in an arithmetic sequence is that sum of the first term plus the last term. And remember, we needed a formula to find that last term. The first term plus the last term times n over 2. 20 over 2 was 10, but half. That's how many times that sum will come up. So that's my formula. If I apply it to this problem, I'm trying to find the first 20 terms of this. Oh, well, I just did, right? I applied it to that problem. If I apply it to this problem up here, first 20 terms of this sequence, 3, 9, 15, 21, 27. So I'll do that one real quick. Again, I need to know the last term. Same problem, but now I've got 6 instead of 5 as my common difference. So instead of 3 plus 5 times 19, I'll have 3 plus 6 times 19, which is 3 plus 114 equals 117. So now my last term is 117. So back over here, instead of having, so I'll go a to the n equals the first term plus, oh, I already did that. So my last term is a to the n is 117. And now I need to just plug that in here. And I'll have, so n is 20 times, first term is 3, the last term is 117, and remember it's 20 over 2, so it's really this plus this times 20 over 2, or times 10, so it's 100, so really this is just saying 10 times 120, which equals 1200. So the sum of, so that answers this one right here. Okay, that was an accident. Okay, so it's getting where I could easily start messing this up. So maybe I should stop and divide this into a second video. So this is part 1. In part 2, we will solve this problem right here. So that's coming up next.